Alright, now have we finished stages, well, most of stages 45 through 50. Here we have 51 through 50. Is this 51 through? No, 50 through 51. So we got up to 49 already. So, in this one, we will begin working on our NCO and our galley. As you can see, I've already started weathering up all this stuff. I've painted the stripe for the galley. I might have additional bit of black where this connecting point is, but I'm not sure just yet. Thankfully, I will have until next month to figure that out because we don't attach this onto the back of this just yet. First thing we want to do is grab the top, our bunks right here, and glue it into place right here. Now, yours might fit a whole lot snugger than mine. Mine is really, really loose. But that is why I'm using glue. And why glue was offended. Alright. Now while that's set, the next thing they want us to do is grab these supports and glue them onto here. This first one I have in my hand, it sits right here in the back. Now I'm first gonna put the injector pins facing the back of it. Next one we need is this guy right here, and the way we want this one orientated is with the triangular pieces of in parts of this facing towards us. And it goes down right here. Like so. Next thing I want is, where did I put it? I had it here somewhere. It's right here in front of me. Is we want to take our air tank, which I've already pressed together. I didn't glue it, but it's whatever. It's not coming apart. But they want us to push it into the pegs right here in the floor. If I can just there. You know what? Well, man, let me come underneath. Small beads going along. This support right here. And there we are. That's those in place. And that's it for 51. or 50. Alright, now we're starting on stage 51. First thing I want us to do is grab these parts right here. And this part that I've already snipped off. Clip this one and glue this into the front of the crate right here. In this orientation. And you want just to make sure I'll put a little bit more right there and set that to the side. Next thing I want us to do is grab the two halves of the door, and just to make sure that's together, I'm going to put a little bit of the glue like so. Alright. With that, that's this bulkhead right here done. Now we can set. Actually, we don't set it aside just yet. We need to work on this side first. Well, actually not yet. We need to set this. We can set that to the side, because the first thing I want us to do is trim off this part right here. Free this part. Okay, no, that actually was a part I needed, but oh well. I can still put it in place, but yeah, we then glue it on top of this little. Oh. Area right here. Alright, we can set that to the side. Because right now we need to go back to here. We need to free this tank right here. That's that one complete. Clean off any excess. Like so. And now this one you're going to need to be careful, because there's a small part that we do not want to lose. But we do need this part right here first. We bring this part back over. Put some glue into these nubs. push it into place right there. And lastly, this part right here goes on top, and it does not seem like it really has any orientation. As long as it sits square, like so. Alright, we're done with that. Next thing we need is the last of these wooden parts on the sprue. I'm just going to put a small bead right there. And glue it into place. Oh. Let me Alright, we can set that to the side. Actually, no, we don't. We don't set that to the side because the next thing they want us to do is actually glue this onto here. Although, to make it easier on me, I'm going to skip ahead just a few stages and get the incredibly small detail, the last one from that, clipped off. And glue it into place, like so. Now that I have that, I can then apply glue. Along here, like so. Line it up, push it all into place. Then we can grab in this part. And glue it into place as well. In fact, let me actually do this. Let's a small bead right along there as well. Alright, and that's how that bulkhead's looking. Not bad. Next thing we need to do, nope, not that one, is grab this smaller little guy right here. And just for better aesthetics, glue it into place. With the injector pin hole facing the back. And that's how that's looking so far. Next thing we need to do is glue on the door frame and wall into place. Now, if you're going by Todd's instructions, he does recommend you put the injector pin facing towards this storage room right here. However, I found mine does not want to fit that way. It just doesn't want to sit right. Or that way. I would have to file down the hole. So I'm just gonna. Oh, I almost forgot. Another thing that they want us to do is actually glue the crate into place. Let me quickly apply a little extra bead of glue. Like so. Alright. That's how we're looking so far. The last thing they want us to do in this stage is actually work on the seat/fold-out tables. do want to make a small correction. This crate right here normally would be over here. This right here, oh, I mean, depending on when you would start sailing, since this room right here would technically be a bathroom, but they honestly did use one bathroom as a storage room during the very beginning of their missions. As food became scarce, they would then have 2 bathrooms available. Alright, now these won't really... There aren't... Okay, mine seem to be somehow messed up, but oh well, we'll see how this plays out. I might just ask for this stage completely new, but seeing how this is looking, I might not need a new stage, since mine are completely different from how Todd's instructions are saying that these are supposed to be. How his came is you're supposed to put the white into this in a completely different orientation, where it's supposed to be flipped around, where it would. But seeing how mine seem to still be in the right orientation, I'm not going to bother with it. Anyways, these would go into the holes right here. And here. Make sure that you get them nice and balanced. Like so, and once you have that in place, that is it for 51. Now on to the last one. And to start, we actually don't need this one right now. The first thing we need is these 2 parts, and we need to actually glue these lockers into place. And you want it to be in this orientation, where the handles are facing upward. Then we can set this to the side, because next thing I want to do is bring this over. Clip 2 of the 4 bunks, or mattresses. and glue them into place. And again, because there's injector pins, so I'm doing it with the injector pins on the bottom. Like so. That's how we're looking with this. And then lastly, we can bring this back over and glue the last two in place. Alright, just like so. Now, what they want us to do is grab this bracket right here and guardrail right here and glue it into the two holes on the side right here, as well as finally gluing this side into place, and while doing so also ensuring that this railing right here will stay in place. Like so. That's how we're looking with that. The last thing we need to do with this is glue this into the back. And to do so, I'm just going to gently apply a bead of glue along the sides. Of the bunk. And I actually put that on backward. They want it actually goes on like that. Just make sure that everything's pushed down, pushed together. And there we go. That is our bunks now complete. Now I can set this to the side since we only have one last part to put on. That's this part, which I've been a bit confused about, honestly, since until I actually looked at the instructions closely. It's actually supposed to go on this way. I thought it was supposed to go the other way around. But no. It glues on like this, as a shelf instead of a drawer kind of system. But with that, and this, oops, that's starting to come undone. It's starting to shift. I'll just drip a small feed back down. And into that hole. And let it sit. But that is it for stages 45 through 52. And that is all that we get in packs 12 and 13. I'm just doing minor adjustments, but I just want to give you guys a quick sneak peek. And I will push this back wall into place. Actually, it looks really nice, doesn't it? Now, up next will be pack 6 of the Apache when I get it. My surreals, I plan on doing some more modifications, play around with some paint, get the masks, and do a bit more with before I do anything with that video-wise. And I also I'm pretty sure you saw hints of it here and there. Here, if you could, I might as well give you a small sneak peek. Of what I'm doing here of another project I'm working on. I know it's not the best view, but I figured, hey, why not show you an SL? Hell, of another Star Trek ship I'm going to be working on soon. Once I get more resin, since I am 3D printing the parts for this. But if you can guess what it is in the comments, that would be amazing. If not, stay tuned for when I actually get all of these parts printed up and I am ready to start showing off the assembly after I get everything painted and once I get all the wiring done. Till then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I sure did have a fun time building this. And I am looking forward to the next pack. Alright, till then, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will catch you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.